Hey guys, how's it going? Before I get started with today's video, I need to apologize. So I know I committed to an upload schedule of every Thursday and every Sunday, but it's been about 2 weeks now that I haven't uploaded a video, and I just wanted to explain why. So it's nothing crazy, but it's just been really busy at work. Again, I have a full-time job, helping run a marketing agency, and between all that and just other stuff I have going on, it's been nearly impossible for me to put out a video on the schedule that I promised. Going forward, I think I will be sticking to a once a week upload schedule. If I do more than that, then that's great, but I don't think I'll go less than one video a week. So without further ado, let's get started with today's video. So basically, we have an upstairs loft area in my house. This is the place where I hang out most of the time. Got nice, comfy couches. It's got a really cozy feel, and it's got a TV there that's perfect for, games and watching movies and stuff. Problem is that the TV is pretty old. So it's actually a 50-inch plasma TV from 2008. Been working well so far, but there are some vertical lines that are starting to show of like dead pixels, and it's only 720p. So if I want to play the Xbox, if I want to break out some 4K or 1080p movies, like it doesn't look as good as it's supposed to be. So I splurged a little bit and ended up actually picking up a 75-inch Hisense TV. It's the H6510G. I got it on sale at Best Buy for $600, which I think is a fantastic deal for the size. I know some people will say there's not too many advanced features in there, but at the same time, it's 4K. It's supposed to have good picture quality, all things considered. And most of the content that I watch is either 720p or 1080p. I don't really watch much HDR. Having the bigger screen real estate is what will make the most difference. So the TV is actually set to be delivered today. But before that, I wanted to kind of show you what our current setup is, and then do a quick unboxing of the H6510G once it arrives, and then kind of set it up and show you how I calibrate it and what my general thoughts are, like my first impressions of the TV. This is the current setup in the loft. You got those couches there, my laptop, and the TV here at the TV stand. And this is a TV that we have right now. Again, it's a 50-inch Samsung Plasma. It's only 720p and it's from 2008. Now that the TV is on, I wanted to show you a little bit about some of the issues we're having with it right now, this old TV. So as you can see, there's a few lines of dead pixels there, and there's also this weird kind of purplish line just running up and down the screen. Yeah, it only started happening in the past couple of years, but it's still kind of annoying to me when I'm watching movies. Alright, so it's finally arrived. The Best Buy delivery guys were super friendly, and they were able to bring this all the way upstairs, which is good because I don't think I'd be able to get this upstairs. But this thing is just massive. I wasn't expecting the box to be this big. This is my first TV that I've ever owned that's over maybe 58 to 60 inches. Anyway, it's just massive. I can't wait to get this thing open. So I'm about to unbox this TV in a little bit. Because of the size of this box and the fact that I might need another person's help, I'm not going to capture this on video. I feel like I'll need both my hands for this. There are some instructions up here on top, and it says to basically undo these two clips here, and then this entire top part just lifts up, and then the TV and all the other accessories should be right under there. Let's cut to the part where I already have the TV taken out and where I have the TV up over there. Pro tip for new electronics, got the surge protector. Always get a surge protector. You don't want your power to go out or to get a power surge and then have all your fancy new electronics just die on you. It was like 10-15 bucks, and I think it's definitely worth the investment. So we finally got the TV out of the box and have it set up on the stand there. Our current stand was able to fit it because, I don't know if you can see this clearly here, but we have the feet mounted in the narrow position. There's actually two positions that you can put the feet in. This way it's perfect for our stand. But yeah, overall, out with the old, in with the new. We'll wait for this to finish updating, and then I'll share a few thoughts and yeah, kind of go over what I think of this TV so far. Hey guys, so I know I said in my previous clip that I was going to provide some initial thoughts, but it's actually been 3 days since then. I just realized I wanted to give it a little more time before I actually gave you my thoughts on this TV, just to test it out with a few different kinds of content and just let you know what my overall experience is, as opposed to just giving you first impressions based off of 5 minutes of watching. Firstly, the size of the TV, it is amazing. So initially I was deciding between a smaller 65-inch TV with better picture quality, a little more fancier features, or slightly lower quality, like budget quote-unquote TV, but a 75-inch screen. In the end, I decided that 75-inch was right for me because I wanted the biggest, most immersive experience. And I don't regret my choice one bit. I'm super happy that I went with the 75-inch TV instead of the 65. Could be because I was coming from a 50-inch 720p plasma TV from 12 years ago, but this has been really, really excellent in terms of picture quality. The only real issue that I noticed with this panel, overall panel quality has been amazing, by the way. The only thing I really noticed, which you might be able to see a little bit here, maybe there, there and there is like slight unevenness in backlighting. You know, this is pretty normal with this TV, and it's no big deal at all. It only shows up when you have kind of a lot of black content here or gray. When you're actually watching stuff, it's not noticeable at all. Like, you don't even see it. It's impossible to see it. Let me talk a little bit about the calibration settings that I use for this. So I followed the Arting's calibration guide. They do an amazing job, by the way. The calibration guide involved going to settings and picture and changing a few different things here, like contrast, brightness, color, just adjusting those slightly. But also in picture mode, they recommended going for theater night, but I felt like that was a little bit darker. And since I use this TV at night and during the day, and we got, a couple of windows here and, some windows behind me as well, I wanted something that, was bright enough, and I didn't, have to keep switching between picture modes as it became darker out. I would not really recommend the standard or the vivid as much. I feel like the color balance in those is kind of off. It was like super blue, like they almost cranked up the saturation. And under advanced settings, I actually turned off any kind of motion enhancement because we all know those things don't work properly half the time. This is the default Android TV operating system. I haven't used this too much because we actually have a Fire Stick that we've hooked up to this TV. Most of the content we consume is, SDR, just 1080p or 720p. So we didn't feel like we really needed to use Android TV. It was better to, stick with, the Fire Stick, which we knew worked and we knew how to use it and we liked it a lot. But I did use the Android TV to pull up 4K HDR footage on YouTube, and wow, it was amazing. 4K, 60 frames a second, HDR. The quality was mind-blowing. And again, maybe this could be because I'm coming from a 720p TV, but it was really, really excellent in my opinion. I was blown away by how good it was. I also have an OG Xbox One, which I fired up. That is, only outputs 1080p, but it's still, the upscaling and stuff on this was fantastic. Also, the upscaling for all the 1080p and 720p content from the Fire Stick was also, just equally as excellent. So I have zero issues there. It almost looked as sharp as native 4K. Again, the peak brightness in this is not ridiculous, like some other more higher end TVs, but it's great enough to where we have one window here and you got two windows back here, and even if those are open during the daytime, you can still see the TV really clearly. There's not much glare. I think this does a much better job than the plasma TV in that regard. Overall, I would highly, highly recommend this TV, at least based off my experience so far. Really glad I went with a 75-inch TV. I think that for most people, including most likely you if you're watching this video, unless you're a complete TV enthusiast, you're watching nothing but HDR all day, or you're coming from maybe a higher end TV already, like maybe you already have an OLED, then you might be able to tell the difference. But if you're coming from a 1080p or 720p TV, like, definitely go for the bigger screen size, because I feel like a 65-inch to me would have seemed pretty big, but the 75-inch now, I don't know if it can capture it as well on camera, but it almost feels like I'm sitting in a movie theater. Like, that's how good it feels to me. So I'm getting a lot of enjoyment out of this so far. It feels like I'm like in a theater, and it feels like a really immersive experience. I got it on sale for $600, but if you see it for even $650, $700-ish, I think it still might be worth it. But yeah, guys, overall 2 thumbs up. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like or maybe subscribe to this channel. That would be really, really helpful. If you have any questions about this TV or, my TV experience in general, I have done a fair bit of research on TVs before buying this. So if you have any questions about the TV purchasing process or what my experience has been with this TV so far, leave them in the comments. I'll get right back to you. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.